Welcome to my presentation. This presentation is part of the playlist, The Quadratic Formula. In this presentation, we will be solving problems related to the quadratic formula. Let us say we have a quadratic equation of the form 3x squared minus x minus 2 is equal to 0. So first of all, we want to identify whether the given equation is in the standard form or not. So the standard form of a quadratic equation is ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. It is indeed in the standard form. So once it is in the standard form, then we can go ahead and then use the quadratic formula. The quadratic formula is stating as follows: x equals to minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, the whole thing divided by 2a. As a first step, let us identify the values of a, b, and c. The values of the value of a is 3, the value of b is -1, the coefficient of x is -1, and then the value of c is -2. So as the first step, we have identified the values. In the second step, we're going to substitute the values of a, b, and c into the quadratic formula. As you can see here, the formula is -b, negative of the value of b is -1, so therefore -1 within parentheses, plus or minus the square root of b squared. The value of b is -1, -1 raised to the power of 2, minus 4ac. 4 times the value of a is 3, and the value of c is -2. The whole thing divided by 2a. 2 times the value of a is 3. So we have successfully substituted the values of a, b, and c into the formula. Now as step 3, we're going to simplify the process. So negative of -1 is positive 1, plus or minus the square root of -1 raised to the power of 2 is 1, and then -3 times 4 times -2. Negative times negative is a positive. 4 times 3 is 12. 12 times 2 is 24. The whole thing divided by 2 times 3 is 6. Now we'll simplify it some more. 1 plus or minus the square root of 1 plus 24 is 25. The whole thing divided by 6. So 25 is a perfect square. 5 times 5 is 25. So we can pull it outside of the radical term as shown here. X equals to 1 plus or minus 5 divided by 6. So plus or minus means it has two solutions. One with a plus sign, one with a minus sign. So 1 plus 5 divided by 6, or x equals to 1 minus 5 divided by 6. 1 plus 5 is 6 divided by 6, which is equal to 1, or x equals to 1 minus 5 is -4 divided by 6. So therefore, when we simplify it some more, 4 and 6 are multiples of 2. So 2 times 2 is 4, and then 2 times 3 is 6 with a negative sign. So the two solutions we have are x equals to 1 and x equals to -2/3. Both these solutions should satisfy the given equation. So let us check our solutions. First, let us substitute the value of x equal to 1 into the given equation and see if the left-hand side equals the right-hand side. Okay, so we'll substitute the value of x equal to 1 in the given equation. Our given equation is 3x squared minus x minus 2 is equal to 0. 3 times 1 raised to the power of 2 minus of 1 minus 2 is equal to 0. So 3 times 1 raised to the power of 2 is 1 times 1, which is still 1. So therefore 3 minus 1 minus 2 is equal to 0. 3 minus 1 plus minus 2 is -3. So therefore the left hand side becomes 0, and that is exactly equal to what we have on the right hand side. Therefore the value of x equals to 1 is a true solution for the given equation. Let us see whether the second solution also satisfies the given equation. The second solution we have is x equals to -2/3, and the equation we have is 3x squared minus x minus 2 is equal to 0. So wherever we see x, we're going to substitute -2/3. 3 times -2/3, the whole thing raised to the power of 2, minus of -2/3. So the value of x, we have substituted that here. -2 is equal to 0. So 3 times negative time raised to the power of 2 is positive. 2 raised to the power of 2 is 4. 3 raised to the power of 2 is 9. So 3 times 4 over 9 plus y plus, because negative times negative is a positive, 2 over 3 minus 2 is equal to 0. So we can simplify this some more. 3 is in the numerator, 9 is in the denominator. 9 is the multiples of 3, therefore 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 3 is 9. So we can simplify 3 4 over 9 as 4 over 3 as shown here, plus 2 over 3, there's nothing to simplify there, minus 2, there's nothing to simplify here, is equal to 0. Now, we can take a common denominator. We have fractions and a whole number. So we'll take a common denominator as 3. For the first fraction, the numerator part is 4. For the second fraction, the numerator part is 2. For the third number, 3 times 2 is 6. And then the whole thing divided by 3 is equal to 0. So 4 plus 2 is 6. 6 minus 6 is 0. So 0 divided by 3 is 0. And that is exactly equal to 0 what we have on the right hand side. So therefore, the value of x equals to negative 2 over 3 is a true solution of the given equation. Therefore, there will be two solutions whenever we solve a quadratic equation. Okay, good. Let us solve another example. Let's say this time we have an example. 2x squared minus 5x plus 3 is equal to 0. Okay, so we want to first of all see whether this given equation is in the standard form of the quadratic equation. The standard form of the quadratic equation is ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0, which is the given equation is in the form of the quadratic equation. So now, as a first step, we want to identify the values of a, b, and c. So step number 1, we are identifying the values of a, b, and c. The value of a is equal to 2. The value of b is equal to negative 5. The value of c is equal to 3. So when we substitute, now we are ready to substitute the values of a, b, and c into the quadratic formula. Okay, so the quadratic formula is minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, the whole thing divided by 2a. So minus b, minus of the value of b is negative 5. So therefore we put that in parentheses, plus or minus the square root of b squared. The value of b is negative 5. Negative 5 raised to the power of 2 minus 4ac. 4 times a is 2 and c is 3. The whole thing divided by 2a, 2 times 2, like that. So let's simplify it some more. Negative of negative 5 is positive 5, plus or minus the square root of negative 5 raised to the power of 2 is positive 25, like that. And then this part, when we simplify, negative 4 times 2 times 3. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 3 is 24. So 5 plus or minus the square root of 25 minus 24 divided by 4. So x equals to 5 plus or minus square root of 1. 25 minus 24 is 1 under the square root, the whole thing divided by 4. The square root of 1 is 1. So therefore, the value of x is going to be equal to 5 plus or minus 1 divided by 4. So the two solutions we have are 5 plus 1 divided by 4, or x equals to 5 minus 1 divided by 4. So 5 plus 1 divided by 4. 5 plus 1 is 6 divided by 4, or 5 minus 1, which is 4 divided by 4. 6 divided by 4, since both the numerator and the denominator are multiples of 2, 2 times 3 is 6, and 2 times 2 is 4. So therefore, 6 over 4 simplifies to 3 over 2, and then 4 divided by 4 is equal to 1. Therefore, these are our two solutions. These two solutions should satisfy the given equation. So let us substitute one at a time into the given equation and see if they satisfy it. Okay. So let us substitute x equals to 3 over 2. The given equation we have is 2x squared minus 5x plus 3 is equal to 0. So 2 times value of x is 3 over 2. 3 over 2, the whole thing raised to the power of 2, minus 5 times 3 over 2 plus 3 is equal to 0. So now we're going to simplify it some more. 2 times 3 raised to the power of 2 is 9. 2 raised to the power of 2 is 4. Minus 5 times 3 is 15 divided by 2 plus 3 is equal to 0. So we'll simplify this first mixed number, 2, 9 over 4. So we have a 2 on the side and we have a 4 in the denominator. 4 is a multiples of 2, therefore 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4. So when we simplify 2 9 over 4, we can write it out as 9 over 2 minus 15 over 2 plus 3 is equal to 0. Now we can take a common denominator. We have fractions and a whole number. The common denominator is 2. For the first fraction, the numerator part is 9. For the second fraction, the numerator part is negative 15. And then for the third number, 2 times 3 is 6. And that the whole thing divided by 2 is equal to 0. So as you can see here, 9 plus 6 is 15. 15 minus 15 divided by 2 is equal to 0. And that is exactly equal to 0 what we have on the right hand side. So therefore, the value of x equals to 3 over 2 is a true solution of the given equation. So the second solution we have is x equals to 1. Let us substitute the value of x equal to 1 into the given equation and see whether that satisfies the equation or not. So the given equation we have is 2x squared minus 5x plus 3 is equal to 0. The value of x is 1. So 2 times 1 to the power of 2 minus 5 times 1 plus 3 is equal to 0. So we'll simplify it some more. 1 raised to the power of 2 is 1. So 2 times 1 is 2. Therefore, we just wrote the 2 there. Minus 5 times 1 is 5 plus 3 is equal to 0. So 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 minus 5 equals to 0. And that is exactly equal to 0. And that is what we have on the right hand side. Therefore, the value of x equals to 1 is a true solution of the given equation. These are the two solutions. When we will always have two solutions when we solve a quadratic equation. In my next video presentation, we will be solving more problems using the quadratic formula.